It is your wrestling VTuber world champion Dozamon, and here is your wrestling hot takes. For those that are watching this over on YouTube, quite frankly, we are recording this live over on the Twitch, so say hello to the good old Twitch chat as we go ahead and ready up to do some more things that I have planned on stream. But feel free to go ahead and join us, because quite frankly, we do some wrestling and variety. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, listen to Pharaoh over there, sub up, do it now. I'm all at it. Join us over on Twitch, because we do stuff like this pretty often. Should be in the links down below, and join the Discord as well while you're at it. Let's get into the video. My hot take is ECW was the late 90s best wrestling company, but not only lost because it was basically an overgrown indie company. I'll be real, I never really thought of ECW as an indie company or being equated to that. So it's a little weird to hear that, although at the same time, I think the big issue with ECW was Paul Heyman and the fact that he wasn't able to really pay off his talent that frequently. And on top of that, if you take a look at how the world of wrestling would change over time, especially like how WWE or TNA would have to deal with that if PG guidelines and whatnot, say ECW, WWE, or at the time WWF, and WCW remained in business, I don't know if they would have been able to survive with those two factors being present, with the world becoming a lot more squeaky clean, and again, Paul Heyman not being able to really pay his talents that well. Don't quite agree with it being an indie company, though. I know some people like bleeding in wrestling, but right now I don't understand why it's so sought after. Sure, everybody bleeds, and sometimes for stupid reasons, but if the main selling point of your match is to have blood in it, or happens too frequently, then it loses its effectiveness to make a situation or a match look serious. I'm gonna be real, I 100% full-heartedly agree. I will say this does feel like a major issue that a lot of people, including myself, had with the likes of Ric Flair or, in recent times, John Moxley, where you see someone bleed so often, so frequently that you just kind of just go, oh, there they go again, they're bleeding again. Oh, you can't have a match with John Moxley where he doesn't bleed. It stops being so serious, it stops being an, oh, yo, some shit's going down type of moment. It starts becoming a, oh, there he goes again. Oh, silly Moxley, bleeding all over the place, look at him go. I 1000% can't help but to genuinely agree. Legit though, I'm glad, and that's one thing I've noticed, is that Moxley has started to calm it down when it came to the bleeding. But yeah, I can't really say anything other than yeah, you hit the doggone nail on the head with that. Cody would have won even without the bloodline rules and Uso interruptions. I'll be real, there's two ways I could take this answer. Technically speaking, yeah, he would have won regardless. But say if we did not have the bloodline rules, that means that the bloodline probably still would have gone ahead and interrupted, or at the very least The Rock and Solo would, since we're taking out the Usos specifically. Yes, I am being a bit of a smart ass here. But quite frankly, if we removed all interferences, have it be an ODQ, yeah, Roman would still have lost. All things considered, Cody was already setting up for the finishing blow right before Jimmy first interfered with the super kick. Jay came down there, some more back and forth. If Roman couldn't put Cody away with a good, what was it? It was well over 5+ spears. Then there's no chance Roman would have been able to beat Cody without interference. Especially when the majority of interference led to Cody getting beaten down more so than Roman. I think the only bit of offense someone that interfered in that match did to Roman was just John Cena when he ran down. That being said, yeah, I agree. Legit, Cody was already setting up with that the triple crossroads. It would have been GG's either way. And you know what? Here's a bit of a bonus hot take from yours truly. A bit of a hot take I have as of recently is that I genuinely believe WWE can handle TNA better than AEW is able to handle Ring of Honor. All things considered, Ring of Honor got very heavily flooded with a lot of absolute nonsense. I can't really tell you what's going on in Ring of Honor outside of Athena's doing something cool. And on top of that, not having a proper TV deal and being treated as the furthest back wheel AEW has hindered them. WWE just has to scoop up TNA, keep them as is. If you need to, have somebody else take care of the booking. I don't know, maybe a CM Punk if he retires. Maybe somebody else, a Robert Roode. You have a lot of talent and a lot of people backstage that can go ahead and be in that role. And on top of that, they have their own TV deal. They have their own proper roster, their own fan base that's active and on fire. And I genuinely could see that being a lot more of an easy transition than whatever that has happened with poor Ring of Honor, and how Tony Khan is kind of just throwing his hands up in the air and went whatever with it. One more bonus hot take over here, and this is a bit of a bonus one for y'all watching the video. Again, like, comment, subscribe. From Fighter over here in chat, I've got one. Watching the golden era of wrestling is kind of hard to do nowadays. It might just be the dramatic shift in wrestling, but I don't feel invested in anyone there, apart from my favorites, Deshaun, Razor, and Brett. I can't lie. Yeah, I can't really lie. And it's kind of weird too, considering that you look at some of the older wrestlers, like a Hulk Hogan or Andre the Giant, where they look like they really just lumber around and whatnot, and it's just unimpressing, uninspiring, dull. It's just there. And then realizing that Andre the Giant was out here doing drop kicks and Hulk Hogan was wrestling proper matches that weren't just some old men running into each other type of bullshit. That being said, a lot of WWE at the time, or WWF back then, wasn't really that inspiring to a modern day sort of audience. Even if you want to take a look at, say, for example, The Undertaker, he's a good litmus test for how the era is. Back then, he was just some lumbering dead guy, the equivalent to a Jason Voorhees if he was a wrestler. He would go ahead, do some chops, smack you, hit you with a choke slam or a tombstone. Actually, did he do a choke slam back then? I don't know. Hit you with a tombstone, take a bump, and then no sell, which is a lot more drier than what we got from The Undertaker in the years following. In the New Generation era, in the Attitude era, Ruthless Aggression, PG, even at the end with the COVID era. I think he picked up the chokeslam from Kane. I didn't notice that. I actually didn't really detect that. Good lord. You're right. Actually, you're right. I don't remember Undertaker doing the chokeslam back then. Oi. Hey, you learn something new every day. But quite frankly, those were y'all wrestling hot takes. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check your boy out over on the Twitch, because as you see here, hey, we do stuff like this here and there. Do some community stuff, which y'all can also keep the Discord again below. And yeah, thank y'all. See ya.